Hello everyone! So, we're here again sa ating second video which is titled Mitosis and Meiosis. Okay? Sino po excited dyan? Okay? Ako po excited din po sa pagbigay ng impormasyon, sa pag-report po ng some ideas about mitosis and meiosis. Okay, start na po natin. Let us just first think or give what is the cell cycle. Okay, these are the sequence of growth and division of cell. So makikita po natin dyan yung interface sa atin pong slide. The interface is the longest part of the cell cycle. Why? Kasi ito po yung part ng growth ng DNA synthesis, syempre po yung metabolic activity ng centriose reflexivity. Okay? So dito po natin siya makikita that meron pong interface before mitosis. Okay? So here we are. Sunod po natin ang for some definitions of interface. Interface is when the cell grows and the organelles double prior to the actual splitting of the nucleus. Okay po. Cell grows, sabi nga po kanina. 93% of cells life is spent in interface. Sabi nga po natin kanina that this is the longest part of cell cycle. Yan po. In interface has three parts: growth, synthesis, and again, growth ulit. Ayan po. Yan po ang interface. For the next, after po ng interface, kasunod po niyan ay mitosis. What is mitosis, kuya? This is the process which the cell nucleus divides into two identical cell nuclei. Okay po. In some human cells, interface lasts 15.3 hours, while mitosis lasts only 7.7 hours. Yan po. Kung titignan po natin, napaka-ikli po ng span ng mitosis. Okay po. How it occurs, kuya? Siyempre, may series of steps po yan. First is the prophase. Second, metaphase. Third is anaphase. And fourth is telophase. And part of it is the cytokinesis. Yan po. So, let's start define the chromosome. It is a must duplicate and separate during mitosis. Yan po. Chromosomes, ito po yung isang bagay na nagduduplicate at ito din po ay isine-separate sa process ng mitosis. The structures of the tightly packaged DNA, that is chromosomes, DNA is tangled up into a substance of chromatin. The chromatin is packaged on the chromosome. Yan po. Just see the picture, the structure of chromosomes. Yan po ang chromosome. Pwede siyang mag-duplicate, pwede din po siyang yan po, ma-duplicate. And for our first step of mitosis is the prophase. What is prophase, kuya? Chromosomes, now called chromatids because they double to form short sticks rods which pair up the line up in the center of the nucleus. Yan po ang prophase. A centrosome connects the two halves of the doubled chromatids. Yan po. The spindle fiber begins to form that yan po, a fibrous structure from the cytoplasm which forms the centriole. That is the prophase. Yan po. So let's just see the picture of prophase. Yan po, centrioles move to opposite sides of the cell. Yan po ang nangyayari sa part ng prophase. So let us see the image of prophase. Yan po ang prophase po. If you will see po, yan. Going through sa atin pong topic, next is metaphase. Ang ating pong second step, metaphase, in metaphase, centromeres of the chromatid pairs line up in the middle of the cell. Yan. Yan po ang isang definition or process ng metaphase. Metaphase plate, the location where the centromeres line up in the center of the cell. And by the end of the metaphase, each chromatid has attached into the spindle fibers. Yan po ang lahat ng process sa part ng mitosis. Part ng metaphase in mitosis. Yan po. Yan po ang picture ng metaphase. Ayan. Kung nakikita po natin, nagkaroon po ng difference doon po sa prophase. So, going sa ating next is the anaphase, which is the spindle fibers pull the chromatids apart. Yan na po, dyan na po mag-start yung paghihiwalay. This separates each one from its duplicate. These move to opposite sides of the cell. Yan po. Now, there are two identical sets of chromosomes. Nakita po natin yung part or meaning ng chromosome kanina, 'di ba? Pwede po siyang mag-duplicate. And yan po ang picture ng anaphase. Okay po. They start to divide into two. Okay? And the last part is the telophase, which is the process when the chromosomes reach opposite sides of the cell that spindle fibers break up. The nuclear membrane begins to reform and the furrow begins to develop between the two sets of chromosomes. So the image of telophase po, yan po. Naghiwalay na nga po sila. Yan. Tulad nyo po. Tulad po natin. Joke lang po. So that is the telophase. So the part of telophase is the cytokinesis. Ito po yung pinakalas. The two identical cells completely divide and the cell membrane is completely formed. Okay po. Diyan po nagtatapos ang ating mitosis. Okay? But kuya, ano nga ba ang meiosis? Meiosis, there are two types of meiosis, which is the diploid. It is a cell with two of each kind of chromosome. One chromosome from each parent. Okay? If two body cells were to combine nuclei, the number of chromosomes would double. Always remember that. In order for sexual reproduction to occur, in cell must reduce its chromosome by half. Okay? And the second one is the haploid, a cell with one of each kind of chromosome. Kung sabi po sa diploid, a cell with two of each kind of chromosome. Sa haploid naman po ay isa lang po sa isang chromosome po. Isang part lang po siya. The haploid cells are called gametes. Yan. If you are familiar po, gametes are either sperm or eggs. Yan po ang organism ng diploid gamete. Yan. Let's go to homologous chromosomes. are paired chromosomes with genes for the same trait arranged in the same order. Yan po. Example, the eye color, hair color, height. One may code for blue, blonde, tall. Its homologue may code for brown, blondie, or short. Yan po. Homologous chromosomes may have different alleles on them. Allele, ibig sabihin po ng allele, gene formed from each variation of a trait of an organism. What is meiosis, Kuya? Meiosis is the process of a cell division in which gametes are formed in number of chromosomes is halved so that the sexual production and zygote formation can occur. So that is the meiosis. In many ways, meiosis is a lot like mitosis. Why? The cell goes through similar stages and uses similar strategies to organize and separate chromosomes. Like in meiosis, however, the cell has a more complex stacks. Why? Bakit daw po mas matrabaho po ang meiosis? It still needs to separate sister chromatids as in mitosis, like in the mitosis, but it must also separate homologous chromosomes, the similar but non-identical chromosome pairs an organism receives from its two parents. Yan po ang use ng meiosis. So, for the stages of meiosis, yan, like the zygote, ang meaning po ng zygote is fertilized egg which has a diploid number of chromosomes. So let's go through sa atin pong topic, the stages of meiosis. First is the inner phase, which makikita po natin is chromosomes replicate. Yan, dyan po yung maduduplicate o marireplicate po ang chromosome. Each chromosome consists of two identical sister chromatids. And next is the prophase 1. Each pair of homologous chromosomes come together to form a tetrad. A tetrad, two homologous chromosomes come together and four chromatids overlap. That is tetrad. So yan po ang interphase at prophase 1 ng meiosis 1. So, meron po tayong tinatawag na crossing over, meaning tetrads are so tight that non-sister chromatids from the homologous pair actually exchange genetic material rather. So crossing over the exchange of genetic material by non-sister chromatids during late prophase 1 of meiosis. Take note, nangyayari lang po siya sa part po ng prophase 1 ng meiosis. The crossing over process. And metaphase 1 of meiosis 1, it is a homologous chromosomes line up together in pairs. In mitosis, homologous chromosomes line up in the middle independently of each other. Yan po. Yun po ang metaphase 1. At sa atin pong anaphase 1, or the last part, spindle fibers attached to the centromeres of each pair. Homologous chromosomes separate and move to opposite ends of the cell. Centromeres do not split like they do in mitosis. Yan po ang kaibahan. Now, each cell will get one chromosome from each homologous pair. Okay po. Kung makikita po natin, the mnemonic word na tinatawag po natin sa mitosis and meiosis 1 is PMAT. Yan. Prophase, metaphase, Di ba po? Um, anaphase and telophase. Yan po. Or P on the mat. Okay? And kuya, sa atin pong telophase 1, that's the process where the spindle fibers break down, the chromosomes uncoil, cytoplasm divides, another cell division is needed because the number of chromosomes has not been reduced. After telophase 1, there may be a short interphase. Okay, always remember that. Short lang po siya yung interphase niya, but not always, hindi po palagi. It is important to note that if a cell does have a second interphase, there is no replication of chromosomes. Okay, madali lang pong intindihin. Kapag ito po ay wala pong meron lang po siyang onting panahon sa interphase process, wala pong replication ng chromosomes. In meiosis, that is the image of meiosis 1. Yan, makikita po natin. And you can picture it with your gadgets, cell phones. Yan po ang meiosis 1. Let's go to meiosis 2. It is basically just like mitosis, but remember the chromosomes did not duplicate in the interphase 2. First part is the prophase 2, wherein the process where chromosomes begin to line up in the middle of the cell. Spindle fibers begin to form. Nasa meiosis 2 na po tayo. In metaphase 2, chromosomes line up on the metaphase plate. Ayan. Sorry. Yan po. Metaphase plate. Okay? And in anaphase 2, wherein the centromere split, wherein the sister chromatids separate and move to opposite sides of the cell. In telophase 2, the nuclei reform, the spindle fiber disappears, third is cytoplasm divides into two. Always remember, the number of chromosomes in each daughter cell has now been reduced by half. Okay? That's the last part of meiosis 2. Kung nakikita po natin, dalawang part po siya. Kasi yung two parent po is naghiwalay. Okay? Yan po ang kaibahan ng meiosis 1 sa meiosis 2. Okay po? And for the fun facts about meiosis or mitosis, alam nyo ba that there's about 64 trillion different offspring that can be created by a man, okay, and a woman. That means if they had 64 trillion babies, there won't ever be two babies that are the same. Diba? Kung tignan nyo, napaka-great ng creation ni Lord. Sabi niya dito, there are 64 trillion different offspring that can be created by man and a woman. And for today, maraming salamat po sa inyong panahon, for your time and ears opened for our topic for today about mitosis and meiosis. Hope you guys learned a lot about mitosis and meiosis. For further information, just contact us or contact me on Facebook, German Salvador Tuliao. And thank you for watching and listening to this video. Hope you guys, okay, just open up my camera for the last time. So, hanggang dito na lang po. Salamat po and God bless.